Morning, Aiden. Aiden, I just wanted to find out what was the message coming into play today from management in terms of batting today?
Look, obviously it was a big target that we were chasing, but the message was pretty much to just break it down into smaller targets along the way. We always knew that the closer we got towards tea time and then post tea time, we would certainly stand a good chance if we were still batting. So that was the message. It was to not be scared to go out and win a game of cricket and not play with any fear, but rather to go out and express ourselves and try to pull off what would have been a good win.
Alfred.
Hello, Aiden. Well played and bad luck. Cricket is a strange kind of team game in that there's a lot of room for the individual in it, and I wonder what it feels like to have played one of your very best innings in difficult circumstances under huge pressure, but it essentially comes to nothing because the game's been lost. I mean, how do you feel about all that?
Yeah, well, ultimately, we as sportsmen are highly competitive people, so to lose a game to lose a series is certainly something that eats more at you than maybe one or two personal performances that might have gone all right. So certainly a lot more hurt than satisfaction from my side. It felt like there were stages throughout the series and throughout this game where just when we started making some good progress and maybe getting ahead, we'd sort of give it away. So that's where the hurt comes from. But it's time for us to take lessons and to learn and to not make the same mistakes going forward.
Stuart.
Hi, Aiden. Well played. On that talk about taking lessons going forward, the batting collapses have now become a real habit, and it's something that's gone back a couple of years. As a batsman and as one of the top order players, what do you see the reasons for those being? And in taking lessons, how do you work to resolve them?
Look, I think you have to. I said it last week. You have to appreciate the fact that we're in the subcontinent and getting in becomes really tough or is really tough. And the nature of the conditions often suggests that wickets will fall in clusters. So obviously we haven't got the solution for it. But lessons will be to try to keep minds nice and calm and clear when going out to bat, just to get through those first 20, 30 balls, just to settle the nerves. And normally once you're in, it does slowly but surely get a bit easier.
Khalid H. Khan.
Aiden, first of all, commiseration. In terms of your development as a player and playing in the subcontinent, where would you rate this century of yours?
Look, it's innings I've taken a lot of learning from. Obviously, I've had struggles in the past in the subcontinent and playing sprint, so it's nice to be able to learn here and pretty much learn on the job, which is a nice place to be. So yeah, it ranks high up, like you say, but at the end of the day, to have still been out there now, getting us close to that target and over the line would have been the ideal scenario.
Rashid, followed by Ken and then Kuliso. Ken, you can go.
Thanks, Shibakazi. Hi, Aiden. Very well batted. You started the summer with maybe a question mark against your name in terms of cementing your place in the test side. You've now done that. If they had to come and offer you the captaincy for whenever the next test series is, it might be at the end of the year, would that be something that you would feel comfortable about, that you feel settled enough in the team?
To be honest, Ken, I haven't given it too much thought. I don't think what's it been now 4 test matches this season allows a player to all of a sudden think very differently and think along those lines. It's something, like I've mentioned before, that I would naturally enjoy doing. But certainly nothing I've given too much time of day to. I said it in the build-up to our season starting back at home. My job is ultimately to score runs and win games. So that's still the focus for me. It's difficult to say what's going to happen, but we just take it day by day.
Last questions are Khuliso, Fidos, and Tyron. Okay, we'll skip Khuliso. Fidos.
Hi, Aiden. Well batted. Aiden, is it possible for you to describe for us the kinds of feelings that the team is experiencing, just given the pressure of knowing, victories are not coming? There's a lot of questions over the batting. Just what is the mood and the morale like?
Look, obviously the mood's pretty down at the moment. It's never nice losing matches and losing test series. Like I mentioned earlier, we are highly competitive people, so it does definitely leave a bitter taste. It's obviously a time where we are blooding new players. We've had a few really good players leave us over the past couple of years, and big roles or big shoes to fill going forward. So that's where we are as a team. Obviously, it's never nice to lose. Like I've mentioned, there's been patches through the series where I felt like we actually played really good cricket and we looked apart. But unfortunately, couldn't do those or be in those patches for long enough. So that's ultimately the feeling now in the camp. It'll take a bit of time to reflect and see where we can improve. And hopefully when it matters, we can deliver.
Tyron.
Aiden, obviously, well done in your innings, mate. And look, I mean, obviously, the frustration again is that now with Australia having cancelled their tour, our next test action is currently scheduled for December. Having found some good form yourself, that must be quite frustrating. And has there been any talk between the team trying to organise something in between?
Yes, thanks, Tyron. To be honest, from a player's point of view, obviously we haven't been querying future series that could potentially take place now that Australia is cancelled. If it were to happen, obviously it would be great, and we as players would be over the moon with it. But yeah, it would have been nice to have played against the Australians now in a home series. Obviously, it's always a really exciting series to be a part of, and normally quite good cricket on display as well. So obviously, it's not ideal that series isn't going ahead. We're just going to have to wait over the next couple of weeks to find out if there will be, or let's put it this way, when the next test series will be for us.